Falls this round. Well, we headed up to Davis, Oklahoma, just north of Ardmore, and tried Turner Falls. Heard of this place before and found out they had stocked the river and wanted to give it a shot. They stocked it with some trout, and we stopped and saw one fisherman who was limiting out. So we decided to give it a shot ourselves, and at first was a tough go. We tried by the Waterfall area, and then started working the riffles and pockets, and got one guy to hit. Unfortunately, he came off the hook, so we just decided to just reposition ourselves and see if we can get a better angle on it. So just head a little bit downriver from it and started kind of casting upstream, and got the fly to work in the pocket and got him to hit. So there's our first rainbow trout of the trip. After that, we started working different pools, and then we started working this one, which is by water crossing, and got this guy to hit. In this case, we're using a near deer, olive one. There it is. And then got word that we should try this other pocket. So we tried this one, or this other pool, and got one on the first cast, but it came off, as you saw. Next cast, got this guy to take. Fun stuff. So we kept at it, and just started drifting the fly under indicator through the water, and got this guy to hit. This one actually put a good fight. This was our a bigger one that we caught today. I believe this one went about 14, 15 inches. Let's see. And we ended up catching a couple of more bigger ones. Just unfortunately, we had already limited out at the time, so we ended up letting them go. So here he is. And this one went about 15 inches. Not bad. So we're starting to take a look downstream, and then we went and looked upstream. Nice little rocks here and there, and then you got the waterfall area as you walk up the road. Cool stuff. There's the waterfall again. So we took out the switch rod and started casting deeper or further into the waterfall pool area, and got these guys to hit. Some more trout. These are on that near deer, olive one. Here's another one. It was fairly warm. We ended up just wearing our wading boots instead of putting on the full wading gear, and did some wet wading basically, and wasn't bad at all. Here's another one. We're just pretty much casting into the shadowy area there in the pool, and just letting the indicator give any indication of a strike. So ended up putting up the switch rod, and we got our other rod again, and a little 4-weight, and started working the water crossing, and got these guys to hit. Fairly consistent bite here. You can just kind of work it back into the pool, and it'll dart out there and hit your fly. Cool stuff. There's another one. And let's see, this is further down river now. Back at the other pool that we were working. And this one put a nice jump. There's another one. And another one. And he's let go. And then we're going to let go of this guy also. We were already limited out at this time. And here's one of our bigger ones. This one went about 15 inches. So we let that one go. And here's our catch today. 4 little ones and 1 bigger one. We did get a larger one, which we got on a video on our phone since we ran out of battery. But really good time over there at Turner Falls. So the next time, we'll catch y'all later, and good luck and good fishing. Back to Turner Falls for more trout. Here's the view of the entrance to Turner Falls. Going right into another view. We've gone through the main gate, and now we're going in, headed to the first water crossing. I'll speed up the film here. Here's the first water crossing. Here's a view of the river. Make a little turn. Come up to the second water crossing here shortly. And there it is. And then come to a Y in the road. You'll make a left into the parking area. And you can park along this whole way. We're the only ones there. So good stuff. Had the river to ourselves for a good 2 hours before anyone else showed up. And you can see the water is much clearer. Here's a strike here. And like we were saying, the water is much clearer. And then we also noticed that they tended to strike more on the olive near deer than the white near deer. So most of our catches today were on the olive one. There's a view of another trout. I'm just going to notice that how clear the water is. Also notice that we haven't moved from this spot. So most of our catches, at least in this set of video clips, is going to be basically from standing in the same spot the whole time. So here's another one. And we ended up getting a couple of nice sized ones that were bigger than we normally get from this pool. And then we got a good amount of smaller ones. Here we're just working the indicator, just paying attention to the indicator going under or not, and setting the hook when we need to. There's another one getting ready to come in. So last week it rained. This week it didn't, and so the water levels and the water flow was much different than last week. But what was nice was how clear the water was. You could see the trout where they were lurking in the pockets and pools and different areas. So it's good to see that. Also was able to see them take the fly, or at least strike at the fly. So that was pretty good too. And like we were saying earlier, we had the place for about a good 2 hours before anyone else showed up, and then another fly fisherman showed up, and there was 2 of us there for pretty much most of the morning. We saw a couple of other fly fishermen. And then the rest of the day, folks were streaming in there, mainly sightseers coming to see the waterfall, but we did notice that later in the day we did see a good amount of folks fishing in the waterfall area, going for some trout. And we got some video of some of the action in the waterfall area later at the tail end of this clip. Here's another one that fell for the olive near deer. And again, we haven't moved from this spot. We like it, and apparently the trout like it. So therefore, we like it even more. And last week, since the water flow was much stronger, it was a little bit different in being able to find them to the net. In this case, this is one of our bigger ones also. And we ended up getting this one in the net and making sure we didn't slip through our fingers. We've lost several that way, so better make sure. So we grabbed the net, and here he is. And this is another one, but it's a smaller one, and then here's another larger one. Ended up getting some good ones out of this group. Well, this is further downriver. We're working a little pool, and saw 3 of these guys kind of hovering in this one pool or pocket, and able to get this to take. And then we noticed a big guy lurking, and it's been a good while trying to get him to go for our fly, and apparently he didn't want it. Had him actually look at our fly for about 10 times, and even had it nudge it with its nose at one point, and we could see the movement on the line, but just didn't want to strike. What we did notice, and while we were trying to catch this guy, were a fair amount that were all around him, and we were catching those off and on throughout the morning. So it was good trying to get a big one, but at the same time it was also good to keep the action going with some of the smaller ones taking our fly. Not sure how big he went, but he's definitely bigger than the ones we caught today, even the largest that we caught, which went about 14 inches. Here's a good view of how clear the water is. And then here we're back up at the waterfall checking things out. Decided to do some wading and see if we can get into where the trout were. And so this set of video, we let it run a little bit longer just to show you how they're picking up. We took the indicator off and we're pretty much doing short retrieve, similar to what we did on the Blue River when they were wanting basically a 5 to 6 count. In this case we were doing a 10 count to let the fly sink down, and then we start our short retrieve. And then sometimes we'd actually see the trout, 3 or 4 chasing it, and we just slow our retrieve down just a little and just kind of glide it through the water, and we'd get a hit that way. You can see a lot of the sightseers on the walkway checking out the waterfall. And we were busy going for some fish. Here's another one that's taking, and he even went aerial on us, so that's good stuff. No bruisers here, but still great. A lot of fun catching these guys. Again, we're using that short pull. We can feel them take, or we'll see the line tighten and we'll set the hook. So these are what we're catching and what we videotaped. We caught a lot more as well than what we videotaped, as well as released a lot more than what we kept. Stayed with the 5 fish limit that they have in the park, but just guesstimating probably 40 plus fish caught that day. And here's another one of those. Here we're slowing up the retrieve just a little bit. We're having to wait a little bit longer. For some reason things kind of slowed down. We were getting it on almost on every cast earlier, and now it's about every 3 or 4 casts. But still, things were keeping us busy with the trout hooking, being able to hook up with some trout. Here's a view of the waterfall. There's another one on the line. So we did this. We had 3 in the creel. We ended up keeping one of these here that was a little bit larger, and then we went to go look for one more big one somewhere else and found this pocket and was able to get our last and final fish this round. And this one was like the first 2 larger ones that we had caught earlier. Nice rounded bodies, a lot of meat, fat, really good to eat too. Ended up cooking them for dinner that evening. Went with a plank, cooked them on a plank and over coals, and turned out really good. There he is, not bad. So there's today's catch. 1, 2, 3. All right, here's today's catch. Ended up catching 5. You can see they're a lot rounder than what we normally have been catching, so really good stuff. So next time we'll catch y'all later, and good luck and good fishing. Trout fishing at Turner Falls. We'll headed up to Oklahoma Saturday, December 5, 2015, for a chance at some rainbow trout. They'd stocked the area, and here's a view of the area where we part. This time was a little bit different. They stocked the area that's above the waterfall versus below the waterfall, so a little bit different for us. First time ever fishing this area. So we started out things fishing by one of the dams, and sure enough, we start getting a bite. Get this one hook up, and he's on there. We're feeling really good about it, but unfortunately he ends up throwing the hook on us. Oh well, can't get them all. That said, went ahead and kept going for it and see if we can get another one to take, and sure enough we do. In this case we're using a strike indicator under a olive near deer, and in this case we're just watching the indicator go along the stream flow, and we can feel the tug, and we set the hook, and in short order we got this guy close enough to get a view. Cool stuff. So things were looking promising, but then it kind of got tough on us, so didn't get any more bites after that. So we headed up just a little bit further up the river to another dam, and we got another trout to take. This one was kind of by accident. We had put the fishing fly just over there by the rough white water area was, just basically within feet of our feet, and this guy ended up taking it. Cool stuff. And then later on it got even tougher, but luckily we saw them hitting on the surface, so we put on a Griffith's net and got a couple this way. So got a couple on the surface on a dry fly. And then later on we went back downstream, found a couple of pools that looked promising. We could see them in the water, and we ended up getting this guy to take. Overall, real nice day. Hardly anybody else on the river. Mainly some campers, hikers, but didn't see any other fishermen. So real good time. And here's a view of one of the areas downriver. Kind of walked to different areas, looked at different pools, and was hoping to see if we can see some trout darting in and out of the pools and shallows like we've seen on the blue. In this case, it's tough to see them. But we did eventually find one. So here's another one. And then we started working further downstream, where it got a little bit more calmer, and we started hooking into them. Got some really nice ones to take, but unfortunately had a hard time keeping them on the hook. In this case, we're using olive near deer. There's a jump. There's another jump. We almost got them in. Almost, and sure enough, we do have them. It's just that didn't use the net, and here's a classic example of why you need a net. There he goes. Dropped right in the water, so we're just watching him flop around, and then he goes, oh well, still having fun. So let's do it again. Again, that olive near deer that we're working. In this case, retrieve's a little bit different. We're using these short pulls, and we're actually letting it kind of drift along with the current, not using a strike indicator. And what we're looking for is some flashes in the water as they dart at the fishing fly. So here shortly you'll see another one take. There he goes. These guys are averaged about 12 to 13 inches. We did get some bigger ones. Largest one that we got this round was about 15 inches. But we did see some really nice looking ones, including a couple of albino ones hanging out in the pools. There's a closer view of this one. We got another one here. And these seem to jump a lot more than what we're used to. But they're still a lot of fun. We're using a 5-weight, no strike indicator. We did start out with some tandem rigs, but we ended up just sticking with the near deer. We did try a whole bunch of other fishing flies and different colors and whatnot, and it seemed like that olive near deer was the key. And there's a good example of one being lost. That one was much bigger than what we were normally catching. And so the colors were that olive near deer, and then later on an orange and white near deer ended up taking them. We did try other patterns, other colors as well, and for some reason they were consistently wanting those two colors. We'd see them look at the fly and turn away, but for some reason, as soon as we switched over to that pattern, the olive pattern, they started taking. We also noticed we did try switching up. We were using 4-pound fluorocarbon as a tippet, and we switched to a 10-pound monofilament, and because we kept breaking off on some of these guys, and unfortunately we weren't able to get that consistent hookup that we were getting with the 10-pound or with the 4-pound fluorocarbon. Alright, here's a view where we just decided to wade into the water and see if we can get a little bit closer to them so we can get over this log. And we had some problems with that log. We ended up losing several because we just couldn't get them, or at least work them over that log before they broke off. And so decided to just go ahead and go in the water and see if we can get them to the net and work them over that log. In this case, we did get this guy. There's a closer view of him. and then ended up getting another guy. So that wet wait or the waiting did help out.
Finally got one of the bruisers that we keep losing. I got him on a olive and orange near deer. Took a little fight here, but we got him in.
This one's the 15-inch trout. There's a closer view of it. Also get a closer view of the orange and white near deer that we're using. And like we were saying, it's a 5 fish limit, and here's our limit. Till next time, we'll catch y'all later, and good luck and good fishing.
Turner Falls Park Trout Fishing.
Okay, we filled up the gas tank, got some coffee, got some breakfast of champions, some donuts, so we should be ready to go and hit the road, and hopefully here in about an hour and a half, we'll be on the river at Turner Falls Park. Wish us luck.
Okay, give you an idea of where they stocked the trout today, where we went fishing. We marked off the spots. What you'll see is there's one spot right here where there's a little parking area, and that's where they stock trout, and you'll see it in the pictures that will show where there's some a dam, as well as where we caught some of these fish initially. And then there's another area here that was stocked, and then further downriver you'll see this area where there's a bunch of parking, or at least an area to park, and actually some camping areas as well, and they stocked that section as well, and we'll show that in the video as well.
Brought the 6-weight switch rod and got the near deer and gold hares here nymph set up. And, what we're going to do is just kind of work this one area that we had caught some before, and then just work our way downriver. All right, here's one of the dams. We'll see if we can peek over here and see if there's anything, and then we'll keep moving upriver. All right, we can see trout in the water moving about, so let's see if we can get one to hit. All right, we got a hook up on the orange and white near deer. Steady pull, or actually it's a fast retrieve. All right. Cool beans, our first fish of the day. We got our first one of the day on the orange and white near deer. They're out here in this pool, and the retrieve that we're using is just basically quick pulls of the line. There's a hit right there. Very nice. Oh yes. Oh, and that's a jump too. Beautiful. All right. Oh yes. There we go. Oh shoot. All right, so fish number 2. Since we don't know about the weather and all that, we're gonna go ahead and keep fish number 2. And fish number 2. Okay, so that was 2 fish on the orange and white near deer, short retrieves. We're going to keep those 2, and then we're going to be picking with these next 3. It's a 5 fish limit here at the park. You can see another school going by here. There's a hit. All right, hit that one on the move at the tail end of the retrieve. As we're getting closer, we just kind of start shaking it, and we get them to take. Why we love the park is you get these guys, but we have definitely seen some bruisers out here, probably around the 16-18 inch range already. So hopefully we can get one of those guys. Okay, just give you a layout of where we're at in one of our Google videos. You'll see 2 dams. This is the first dam that's upriver, and then the second one's over here, and then it'll go down to the waterfall area. And this one pool is where we're catching them right now. We've caught them up that way before, and we've caught them that way as well. Past this one shallow area, some runs, but bottom line, water's very clear. You can definitely see the fish in the water, and with those albinos or orange ones that are chasing the fly, it's helping out being able to locate some of the schools. And there's a splash over there, so there are fish here. Got him. All right. It's a jumper. And like we were saying, we're just just yanking away, getting this switch rod, getting the cast that we want, and getting them out there. That's a nice one. Beautiful. Cool beans. Stuck a trout, baby. Gotta love them. Oh, this one came off the hook. All right. Cool beans. Here's the upper part of that dam we were talking about, and we're just looking in the pool, seeing if we see any movement. Bottom line, we saw them a lot that way, downriver. And here, we're just kind of looking around just to see. Not near as much, excuse me, not near as much water as there was last time we were here. Of course, there was a lot of flooding last year, so this year it looks like things have kind of settled down. All right, we're starting to see some of the albinos again. So where the albinos are, there'll be the other ones also. So we may give this spot a try. Count 1, 2, looks like 3 albinos in this pool. So let's see what happens. All right, we move further downstream and we can see some activity here. So we're going to see if we can get something here. You can actually see them chasing our fly. So that's a good thing. Got him. All right, there we go. Very nice. All right, cool beans.
So the temp started dropping. You can see some mist coming off the water. Decided to start catching and keeping.
Well, we've gotten basically a limit, but we let go of some, so we're gonna end up keeping this little guy because, well, our mojo's off. All right, it's been brutal, but we got number 4 that we'll keep. There's number 5 after a lot of hard work at getting them. We're done, but we're gonna try this Waterwolf camera to see if we can get a picture of that bruiser that's hanging out over here.
And we definitely spied a bruiser earlier, but when we put the Waterwolf camera in the water, all we saw were these little guys, scrappy ones. Here's an albino, and you'll see I believe another albino one that'll be in the water over there hiding. And this is just right off one of the runs, and then this is further up the pool. You can see out in the distance a lot of the trout that were hanging out there. And there's a picture of the today's catch. All right, so next time we'll catch you all there, and good luck and good fishing.
Here's the waterfall area. Water's not flowing too bad, so it looks like it'd be fairly straightforward to go in the water and see if we can get something to strike. It's not so cold today, so we can do some wet wading. What we'll do is just work our way over here to this concrete spot, and we'll start fishing just on the other side of it. All right. Ah, another hit. Missed them. What we're doing is we're watching our line, and we could see it move in the water when they take the hit. So it's kind of playing it by ear there. We'll let this one sink a little. We see a school of them out here in the water, right in the spot we cast to. So hopefully we'll get one taken here shortly. All right, took it. He took it. All right, we'll just go ahead and bring him to shore. Oh, he's a jumper. This one's not as big as the other one, but we're going to keep these two, and then we'll play it by ear. We're just moving up the waterfall area just a little bit. Kind of open up our cast too, since give us more back cast room. Let's see what we can do with this baby. All right, there's one. Looks like little guys. Let's see if we can find a bigger one. What do you say? There we go. That one took. That one's gonna stay. Oh, he's a jumper too. Cool beans. See him looking at it. There's one chasing it. Got him. This one's a little bit bigger. All right. A little bit bigger. Yeah. Jumper. All right. Let's get him a show off. All right. This is the biggest one of the day so far. Not bad. All right. Hit that near deer. Okay, short pull retrieve. Let's see if we can get another hit. There's one looking at it. I think it's a little guy. Yeah, it's a little guy. Let's bring him in. All right, little guy's got to play too. Cool beans. Woohoo! All right, if you just look just on the other side of this rock, right up here, you'll see a bunch of them, about maybe 20, hanging out by the submerged rock area, or concrete. So that's where we were catching them earlier. We were getting them back in here. Bottom line, the waterfall is always nice. All right, we're going to call it quits. This is number 5. We'll end the day with a limit of 5. Cool beans. Okay, we got our limit. We're just playing catch and release time, and had a little shoreside lunch. We're just going to see if we can get something to hit on this near deer that we were using earlier to catch them on. This is actually, we lost that first one that we were using. What happened was I got caught on a tree, so now we've switched over to a more heavier one. See them hanging out. Actually, we see a nice size one in the mix. We'll just kind of toss it out there and see what they do. Just kind of let it drift. There we go. Right. Let's go back over here so we don't spook them. All right, little guy. All right, what we're doing is just kind of working these little riffles and shallows, and we can see a few shadows in there. So hopefully we'll get one to hit. All right, good splash too. This one's got a hook jaw to him too. All right, cool. On a near deer. All right, it's Saturday, November 18th at the lower crossing, and you can just see a whole bunch of them over here. So we're gonna work our way here and start the day fishing this spot. All right, you can see them in the river, a whole bunch of them. Just kind of hanging out. All right, wind's kicking up, so we're switching over to ultralight gear, super duper. See what we can do out here. There's a whole school right here. There's chasing it. Drop. Nope. There he. Oh, he had it briefly. there we go. Stop and go retrieve. Stop and go. Okay, we're using the Super Dupers. Ooh, there he goes. Yeah, he hit it. That's a nice one. There we go. All right, that closes out a limit.
We got 2 limits here at Turner Falls. Got them on a mix of fishing flies, and then the remainder went to Gold Super Dupers.
All right, someone's already been here and limited out, so they gave us the gouge. Try this spot. Let's see what we can do. Okay, this one went with a rainbow midge. They're kind of really picky right now, so we're gonna stick with a indicator and a rainbow midge this round. All right, cool beans. First one of the day. All right, this one took a near deer on an indicator. Second one, they've been very picky, so we'll keep fighting it out. All right, that's our second one, working this pool. What we have to do is we gotta kind of wait till the leaves clear out, and then we're able to get a good drift. Until then, we kind of wait it out. All right, that one took it. Cool beans. The number 3 here. A little bit bigger than the other ones. All right, number 3. All right, same as the last one. Wait for an opening in the leaves, and then we can get it into the area that we want it. And we're pretty much just doing a dead drift. We can actually see him come in and take a look at our fly. We just kind of bump the fly a little. There's a hit. All right, there we go. All right, and here's that near deer that we're using. This one's a Palmer styled hackle, the way we tied this one. All right, number 5 was brutal. He went for a olive woolly bugger conehead meathead black. We got him.
All right, this last round over there at Turner Falls was an excellent time for the field team. We were able to limit out each day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Definitely like the water. Had to deal with some cold weather as well as some warm weather. Initially on Friday, and then to some colder weather Saturday, and then finally on Sunday. Still a little bit chilly, but not as windy. But bottom line, we had a great time out there. So till next time, we'll catch y'all later. And before we say that, happy Thanksgiving. Good luck and good fishing.
Water's looking really clear. Very nice. This round they stocked at the top above the waterfall, so we'll be working that first pool, and maybe might be able to get a limit or 2. Well, actually, it needs to be a limit because it's a limit of 5 here as well, not the normal staked 6. So keep that in mind when we go fishing. That's like Texas rules. Limit is 5 there as well. This is the lower section that they've stocked in the past. Really nice pools and clear water. And to get to the upper section, we're going to have to go this way. There's restroom facilities over here. There's also some porta potties closer down to the bottom. And what we're going to work is that first pool where they stock. And then we may go upriver. We'll just play it by ear. Usually we can do pretty well right where that first pool is. Temperature's about 49, 50 degrees. It was in the freezing, below freezing early this morning, I think in the 20s. Right now it's looking really good. We may not even put on waders, just bundle up and layer ourselves here. All right. Very nice. Go fishing. Water's really clear. We'll just take a little peek and maybe we might see them kind of hanging out in the water. Not sure if we'll wear the waders or not. Water's fairly low. Oh yeah, we see them. There's that same problem we had previously where the leaves and whatnot, that'll make it a little bit tough. If we can get below to this one drop off, I think we can get some pretty good ones. So we're going to give it a shot here.
Alright, before we start, we wanted to check out what the area we call the flats area, just downriver and to the next pool. And we didn't see any trout in this next pool, but we did see some trout moving around in the flats area. So we'll have to keep that in mind when we fish later on.
Alright, since we're going to wet wade, since it's not too bad right now, it's in the 50s, low 50s. We're going with our 3mm neoprene socks. We got some gravel guards, and then we got our wading boots. And all we're going to do is do a little wet wading. Not sure if we're even really going to get wet. We could probably do most of our fishing right where we are on the bank. But if we do need to cross a certain spot or two, we should be able to make it without any issue. And it's warm enough that we won't have to worry about getting any hypothermia, we think. And if not, then we got to change socks and stuff, and we can go on and put on some waders if needed.
Okay, so this round we've got the Mojo rod that we like, that Reddington Classic Trout 9-foot 5-weight. The Echo Ion 4.5. We got the OPST Skagit head, along with the running line. We've got the Cork E, Cork Q strike indicator. And this time we're going with a mott fly. I'm noticing that there's some leaves over here by the waterfall area, and we want it to drop quickly down there, and we think this will do it. Also, we're just going light, so we're pretty much set up for wet wading. We got the gravel guards, our wading boots, 3mm neoprene socks, jeans, and we got that Cabela's shirt that keeps us nice and warm. Temperature's about 49, 50 degrees. Got our wading vest, and then we'll also bring the net as well as the wading stick. From a wading stick perspective, we'll just when we're out and about, we'll just clip it onto our vest, and then over here we'll just take a little magnetic deal that protects this from going, and then we'll just hook it onto the back here, so we'll have our net ready, and then we'll just clamp this on. All right, other than that, we're ready to go. Okay, so our plan of attack is we're gonna work the waterfall area where we can visually see them with our polarized glasses, just underneath that set of tree or leaves floating in the water. And then later we'll just work our way down this way. Some of the key things that we've recalled in the past working this area is they tend to stay right over here by these couple of holes right by the waterfall area. Later on we go upstream, we'll just start working different pockets and whatnot, usually around the bank that look good. But for now we're just going to work this area and see how it goes. All right, we'll just work our way across the rocks. All right, I think we found a nice spot here. We saw them kind of down below on this one pool. I think we can just work it in there. We'll get a hit or two. Water doesn't look too deep. We might be able to adjust the indicator. Go ahead and do that. I'm gonna adjust it to about 2.5 feet, 3 feet maybe.
Okay, so we're going to start working the faster water. And you can see where we're just working the seams. We'll just cast the fly, and we'll work it up and down this one transition zone where there's faster water and slower water. We'll work this area. So far, I hadn't gotten any hits. And then we'll shift over and try over here on the other side of the river where there's some faster water. And we'll watch our indicator as it moves downstream.
All right, we're going to go ahead and switch it up. Didn't see any takers on that. Let's just play it by ear. That was the mop fly. Let's go try on a near deer. Looks like we're shallow enough that I think we can get it down where we need it to go. I think we got this one as a tandem rig currently. Yeah, it's a tandem rig. Well, hell, this is the one that we used on the blue the other day with that Rainbow Warrior. Let's go ahead and get that one started and see what happens. All right, tandem rig, kind of short rig this time. We'll see how it goes. All right, we got a hit. Hit it on the bottom. Oh, that's a nice one. That is a nice one. These are nice. We're gonna have to lift it up. All right, don't know what he hit. May have been the near deer. You can see him over there, right where all that brush is, or the leaves. So we're just gonna try working ourselves in there. Maybe we'll get one to hit, maybe we won't. Well, or we'll get some leaves. All right, we see him right in this pool here. If we can get ourselves in there, we might be able to catch one or two. See what we got. Problem is there's a lot of leaves there. That's gonna make it a little bit tough for us. Let's see if we get something started here. Right in that open pocket pool. I already looked at it. Ah, missed him. All right. We got an opportunity now. We see him right in that pool. We can just keep the leaves away, we'll be all right. Whole school of them, about maybe rough guesstimate 20 or more. So let's see how it goes. Again, we got to deal with all of this leaves and stuff in the water. That's what we noticed last year. Had the same issue. So what we did was kind of waited until we'd see the leaves go away, and then we come back and try it. Okay, we're just gonna go with a straight near deer. We just noticed when we cast that last time, we had one chasing it. So I think we can do it again. If we can just break through that the leaves, I think we can get them to come and hit it. So, stuff in the water. This can make it tough. All right, that one took it. He's a nice one too. Let's go and grab our net. This time we're gonna use the net. He looks nice. And just get him here. The other one was much bigger, but I think we'll deal with this one. All right, first fish of the day. We caught one earlier, but he came off. But this one's in the bag. Went for a near deer with a pretty decent retrieve. Nice looking ones that they stock here. There's the near deer. All right, cool beans. You gotta have your tag with your license and name on it. And here's the first fish of the day. Okay, we got that one on a steady retrieve. Key being able to get it into the right in between all those leaves, and then get a slight retrieve going. We want it on the move. All right, got one. Oh, it's a little guy. Sunfish, little sunfish. All right. Okay, we got one this time on the mop fly drug deep. We had to drag it deep. And this time we're going to use a net. I think we can get down here and grab them. Oh, he's a nice one. Come on, buddy. All right. This is a nice one. Had to drag it under and let it sink to the bottom on that mop fly. All right. He took it nicely. Cool beans. Mop fly. Oh, wow, he took it deep. It's a good thing we're keeping him. All right. So what we're doing is just tossing our fly right where they're hanging out, which is right where all those leaves are. And we're using this mop fly to bust down in there and kind of let it sink below the leaves, and then we're just letting it sit, and we're slowly retrieving back on it, and every once in a while we'll get a hit. You can see that a lot of times we'll get clobbered with all this junk in the water, so we'll have to clear it, but we'll just keep casting, and about every so often we'll get one right in the pocket and free of any debris, and we're getting some hits. So far we got 2. All right, that one took. Oh, he's a jumper. Very nice. Jumper. Oh, jumper. Jumper, jumper. All right. Woo! On the mop fly, sunk deep. Okay, number 3. Actually, number 4, but we lost that first one, but who cares? We got number 3. Cool beans. On the mop fly. All right, that's number 3. What we were doing again was just casting and letting it sink right where the pod or school is, and hopefully we get below those leaves, and then we're just letting it sink to the bottom and letting them take it.
All right, in the money zone. Yes. All righty. One more, I gotta live it. Oh yeah. All right, this one went for the mop fly, the chartreuse in orange. So, gotta remember that. All right, we got a nice one and another one chasing it. This one was on the other mop fly that we were using. Chartreuse. Hopefully we can bring them in here shortly. All right, number 5. Number 5, to close out a limit, all on mop flies. Or maybe a one on an olive near deer. All right, cool beans. All right, bottom line, we limited out with 5. Nice sized trout. We'll be here at Turner Falls. Very nice. Okay, we got our limit. It was a little brutal for us. We finally got them right over here at sunset, so we got to call it quits. Really nice size looking ones, maybe some 15, 16s in there. Did lose a bigger one that came loose, and bottom line, the mop fly was key. Without an indicator, when we were having to deal with the leaves, getting it below the leaves, and then with the indicator, we just needed to get in that money zone, and ended up having a great time over here at Turner Falls. Outstanding. All right, the next time we'll catch y'all again. Good luck, good fishing.
Hi, I'm Glenn, City of Island Fishing Field Team, and this round I'm just going to give some catch up as to some things that we did this past Thanksgiving break. So right off the bat, we had a lot of rain, so we had to do things indoors, and so one of the things that we knocked out was republishing an old Turner Falls Park trout fishing article that we had posted several years ago. Republished it, and now we've got it out there posted on hub pages, so do check that one out. Got some good details as some of the places that you want to plan for when you want to try catching some of those trout at Turner Falls Park. And that said, while we were indoors, also was able to pick up on Black Friday at Cabela's while we're up in Oklahoma. The stocking foot waders. Been watching this one for a while. It was like 69 bucks initially. Came all the way down to $29.99, $32 out the door basically. Pretty happy with this. And he got it with a gift card, so ooh, spent no money basically. And in fact, we were planning on using that at Turner Falls because we typically don't need to wade there. And when we were there this last round, it turned out didn't even need to put on any wading boots. We just kind of stayed on shore and fished the area. And while we were there, got a good opportunity to put the wooden net wooden net to use with our fishing buddy, catching some nice trout on gold super dupers. I know we in the video that you'll see, it'll talk about some copper super dupers. We're actually using gold super dupers. So do keep that in mind when you see our upcoming video on Turner Falls Park fishing that we did on Saturday, November 30th. Also, we posted some things about fishing, some fishing flies that we used this last round, and we used various fishing flies, but you'll see that there's a certain fishing fly that's missing now, and it's the mop fly with the orange gold or orange egg sac. We don't have that anymore. Ended up losing a bunch of them, or those three, in fact, while we were fishing there. Caught most of those trout that day on the mop fly, as well as this variant of a mop fly with the chenille. One on a John Deere, one on a PMC emerger, and the rest were on the mop fly with the orange sac. Ended up limiting out two of us, one using the gold super duper on some ultralight gear, varying retrieve, initially just cast, 3-second count, reel it in, and a steady retrieve, and you were getting hookups, and then later on stop and go retrieve was working. And then yours truly was trying them on fishing flies. Would have limited out on fishing flies, but kept on that last one, throwing them back, hoping to get a bigger one. And as it turned out, as the day was winding, we had to go leave the area. Ended up catching that last one with a gold super duper. Alrighty, so that's all this round. Do check out the video that we have. It's going to be a long one. In there you'll see some various things that we're describing, specifically the area that we're fishing, the retrieves that we're taking, as well as the frustration that yours truly was having with setting the hook and trying to get them to stay on the line to land the trout. But luckily we did limit out. Alright, thanks for stopping by, and thanks for checking out our video.
Okay, so we're here. We've paid our entrance fee. It's $15 plus tax. That comes out to like $16 and something cents. We got the little map that we get every year, and they did stock above the waterfall, so we'll fish that section. Only 3 people so far in the park here this Saturday morning. Water looks really clear, and there's only one other fisherman supposedly, so there's only be 2 groups here fishing at this point. Additionally, they mentioned that they stocked about 3 weeks ago, so we'll be fishing the creek after about 3 weeks of stocking. So let's see how it goes. We're going to come up on the first water crossing, and since we're going to be fishing above the waterfall, we'll only have to go through this water crossing. I believe there's a second one, and then we'll be heading up above. Here's the second water crossing. And then if you continue going forward, it'll take you uphill. If you make a left, it'll take you over to the waterfall parking area. In this case, since I stocked above the waterfall, we'll be just going straight ahead, going up the hill here. Alright, so here's the top of the hill, and what we're going to do is work our way over to the first stocking area. It's going to be just slightly to our left here. You can see some of the windmills out in the distance. Alright, so you'll come to this fork in the road. What we want to do is continue going forward. And then this will take us to the first stocking area, parking area. Promising. Let's go take a little look-see at the area. Let's go put on our polarized glasses and we'll see how let's see if we can spot a few before we start fishing. The water's really clear and hopefully we can see a fish or two kind of hanging out in the pools.
This area tends to hold a good amount of trout during a stocking, usually the first couple of weeks or so. However, this round, looking in the holes and pockets that we normally see them in, didn't see anything.
There's a view of upriver from the pool. Went down to a lower pool. I think I see something kind of flitting in and out, but so far not really seeing a trout. All right, we're gonna go move upriver. We didn't see any trout in the water up there. We did see something hitting on top that looked like small fingerling little fish. So we're gonna move further upriver and see if we can locate them, and then we'll start fishing. All right, so what we're doing is we're gonna work our way to the northernmost upriver section where there's a parking area. So you pretty much know you're there is when you have to either go straight or left, and in this case you want to make a left. And this road will then take you down to the river. All right, so we'll just follow this road around and we'll go to the parking area. We'll set up here shortly. All right, we're here. So one thing we learned about Turner Falls is definitely do some scouting around before you start fishing, and tend to start fishing once you locate or visually see them in the water. So here we're seeing a lot of movement. And we think there's a fish or two heading in here, so we're just gonna scout it and give it a shot here shortly.
So over by the other side of the river, we can see some movement, things kind of flitting about and chasing, looks like something on the surface. Maybe they're feeding, whatnot, so we're gonna give it a shot.
All right, so our fishing buddy got the first fish of the day using a Super Duper. Which one was it? Copper Super Duper with a red head. Were you using a fast retrieve? All right, fast retrieve had 3 hits before he got this one, so bottom line, we've got a pattern.
Oh, one cast, dude.
All right, oh, and there he is.
Immediate.
All right.
Close.
Okay, and we've got the TFO 6 weight, and yeah, we got some dirt on it. Let's go and get that cleared out. TFO 6 weight with the Echo Ion 6/7 weight reel. OPSC schedule head with a mono running line, a coated mono running line. We're going to start out with a mock fly and no indicator. Since our fishing buddy's saying that they're hitting on a fast retrieve, we're just going to try doing this without an indicator. Wish us luck. All right, so let's get situated and see if we can get a hit. It looks like they're on the far side, so we'll go get started with a couple of casts to get it out. There we go. Let's try that. Okay, let it sink. Watch for any line movement, and we'll just kind of do a long pull and see what that does. There's a hit. All right, on the mop fly. No indicator. Woohoo! Second fish of the day first fish for yours truly. He's a fighter. Let's bring this baby in. Alrighty then. Let's see what he looks like. Oh yeah. All right. Mop fly. All right, here's the cast on the mop fly. We're gonna let it sink a little, and then we'll do long pull retrieves. All right, bring that baby in. Another fast retrieve. All right. Nice. That one's a little bit bigger. Do you need a net? Here, let me get it. Just hold it there. Oh, that's a nice one. Bring him in. Just walk it back. All right, nice. That's a nice one. Well, good job. Oh, yeah. All right. On that super duper.
So our fishing partners found the pattern, that gold super duper with that red head. Seems to be the ticket.
All right, so here's a mop fly. We're going to give that one a shot. This is the one we did with a chenille instead of an egg sac. And let's see how this one does. There's a hit. All right, no movement on that one. Just let it sink. No indicator, just watch the line. All right. Be number 2 for yours truly. All right, so it looks like mop flies is the go-to, as well as the copper super duper. Okay, so we'll stick with the mop fly. So far we did a mop fly, a near deer, a Griffith's gnat, and went with this variant of a mop fly where we're using chenille instead of an egg sac or the head, and hit it while it was just drifting. Didn't impart any movement on the line. There's a hit right there. We saw the line move. We'll just kind of get it back up. There he goes. That one ran with it. I could see the line turning. All right. Since we can be a little picky maybe and do some catch and release instead, and hopefully get another one of those big ones like our fishing buddy just got. Alrighty. That's a nice one. Alright, so short order we found a pattern and we're going to stick with it until it changes. So we cast, let it drift, no indicator, watch it for movement in the line. There's a hit, line moved. Just go ahead and let it drift down. Alright, let's go ahead and recast.
And here's a illustration of why we like the OPST Commando head. We're able to just shoot that line across with minimal false casting.
There's a hit. Oh, missed them. Oh, that's 2 misses. Just kind of let it drift along. There's a hit. Oh, you get one? All right. Steady retrieve on the copper super duper. All right, good job. You need the net? All right, wait for me. Yeah, I saw that. It was a big jump. Oh, nice. That's number 2 for you. Big ones. Ah, nice. Very good. All right, so our fishing partner is lucking out today. 2 smaller ones, because, you know, when you catch your first one, you got to keep it. Can't jinx things. That other one is that 3rd one that he caught. A nice big one, and then just this one just a moment ago. Okay, so we're just going to head down river, do a little scouting. Maybe you might see some bruisers kind of lurking in the river here. All right, so we see some movement, but looks like someone else is fishing this section, so we'll leave it be, and we'll go back up with our fishing buddy. All right, be picky, be picky. Oh yeah, be picky. All right, good job. Super duper. Oh, you got the one with the prism on it.
Yeah.
That's gold. That's a gold super duper. That's not copper. All right, he took the PMC Emerja. All right, had to kind of do a little twitchy twitch, and the wind's supposed to be kicking up today, so it may be tough to be fishing on dries, but we got this guy. He's not bad. He's one I'll keep since it's slowing down. All right, number 3 for yours truly on the PMC Emerge. All right, so fishing partner has 4. All caught on that Super Duper, the gold Super Duper with the red head. Yours truly's got 3, 2 on mop flies and 1 on that PMC Emerger. Okay, so let's try a John Deere. All right, good job. He's fat.
All right, our fishing partner seems to have gotten another one, and so we're kind of sidetracked with that John Deere, but shortly we'll be able to be catching something with that John Deere.
All right, they finally hit something here.
So the bite had slowed down for us, and so we had been trying different patterns and finally found this pattern to work.
All right, this one went for a John Deere. Let's see what this guy is. It's not bad. All right, John Deere. Looks like they're picky today.
So this next set of videos, clips, you'll get an idea as to the retrieve we were working, as well as the misses that were happening, especially when the we switched back to a mop fly when they started hitting that again, but unfortunately not really taking the line like it should.
This one, they're hitting it now. The mop fly. No, well, they're hitting it on the drop, but I seem to not be able to hook them. But I'm seeing them take it now. Earlier they weren't doing that. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm watching the line. Can't actually see much because of the wind, but if you watch your line, you'll see the line kind of straighten out, and that means you've got something taking it. And that's what we've missed here so far. Oh, that was a take. That's what we've been missing. So they're kind of grabbing it in their mouths and running and not actually getting hooked. So hopefully we'll get one here soon. There we go. That's another one. Oh man, that's 3 misses. God, missed it again.
So we're able to see the trout take the fly by watching that line movement, but unfortunately we're not able to set the hook in time.
All right, we'll just let it drift. Tighten up the line. Watch for movement. It's that thing that we were practicing earlier in one of the local ponds back home. It's just when we can't see our line out there, we'll look over here instead, and we'll just pay attention to the line movement and seeing if it gets picked up. And that's usually a good indication that you got a fish taking it. There's a hit. There, he's taking it. Oh. Oh, missed that one. I'm missing him now. Is my mojo off? Oh, there we go. He stayed on this time. All right, I think this one may be a keeper. I'm stuck. I'm going to see if he'll pull himself off. Oh, yeah, he pulled himself. Well, let's just keep trying again. Now that I figured out a pattern that's consistent, let's see if we can get one to hit. All right, let's do it. Oh man, this is frustrating now. He was taking it, running with it. I'm seeing them take it right there. It's like they're getting it in their mouth and I'm not hooking them. I just had 4 hits on that last cast. Let's do this again. Ah, there we go. I got him. Finally. I had to do the pull and set the hook retrieve. I don't think so. He looks small. No, he's smaller than the other ones. All right, well, we found a pattern. Just unfortunately, we keep missing them. Our mojo seems to be off. But that's it right there. Mop fly.
Okay, so this is another change in the pattern today. The fish are now taking the line or taking the fly and kind of running with it. We can feel them tap at it, but we're not actually setting the hook, or when we do set the hook, it's pulling out. So in this case, we're going to drag the line or drag the pole to get the line to move and get them to stay. Okay, gotcha. Had to just reel it in slowly or pick up the line slowly to get them to continue hitting. So, all right, finally got this guy after several misses. Let's just get this guy over. All right, this will be number 4 for yours truly. And let's see if we can be a little picky on this last one. Nice one. On the muff fly. All right, I got one. Ah, he came off. Bummer. Okay, so we'll follow that cast with another strike. And in this case, we're going to drag that line and pull to get him to strike. There we go. See if this one's a keeper. What do you think? Yeah, he's not as big. They're still fun. Yeah, he's not as big. All right, I'll keep going. What time is it? Let's see if we can get another one.
12 something.
Oh, we got time.
12:20.
All right, ended up getting the last one on a Super Duper, gold Super Duper. All right, cool beans. Okay, so how we're catching them on this is basically casting out, count to 3, and then a steady retrieve back. Earlier we were doing a stop and go, and we're able to get them. But right now we're just kind of doing a slow retrieve. All right, there it is again. All right, he's a little bigger. All right, let me do it again. Awesome time here at Turner Falls. Ended up getting a limit. Looks like the Super Dupers did well with our fishing buddy getting the biggest ones right there. Yours truly getting the smaller ones. Bottom line, we had a good time. The mont fly was key. Well, some other fishing flies, and then that gold Super Duper was the one that made it happen. All right, next time we'll catch you all later. Good luck and good fishing. Alrighty, so here are the fish our fishing buddy caught, as well as yours truly. The largest went about 16 inches, and 2 went about 14 inches. The remainder were, about 12 or so. Other than that, I ended up having some tasty dinner that evening. All right, if you like what we're doing, do like and subscribe, and thank you, and good luck and good fishing. Okay, it's Saturday, January 23rd, Breakfast of Champions. Actually, it's a lunch of champions, because it's about 1 o'clock. And I've got a 7-Eleven Columbia 100% coffee along with the Nutter Butter. And guess what? We're over here in Norman, Oklahoma, getting ready to go to Turner Falls. And, well, you know how it goes. Okay, we headed down the road from Norman to Turner Falls. And here we're passing some signs that key interest as you head down there. Looking for specifically highway marker 51. That'll be our turn. And it's just right before you get up to where you go up on these hills and whatnot. So mile marker 51, make your turn. We are making our turn. You'll know you're there because you can see the fried pies sign. We had some pies there before. Actually, it's pretty tasty. And then over here, you just kind of make your right and head on to Turner Falls. Here's where we'll pass Falls Creek, or at least a sign that says Falls Creek. So keep that in our back pocket next year. And then, oh, by the way, here's the entrance into Turner Falls. Same old sign, and hopefully some good action. So as we pass the sign and head up to the main gate where we pay the entrance fee, we notice some new rules, specifically the barbless hooks. Hadn't had to do that in the past, so it's a good thing we have our little masher deal to mash down the barb hooks. And then with that, we go on, head in, and as we're going through the next sign, we'll go to the first water crossing. Notice that the water level isn't as high or as fast as we've seen in the past. And yours truly, just kind of smiling for the camera, just to be excited to be out here again, here at Turner Falls for another opportunity to catch a fish or two. Okay, we're here at Turner Falls, and we made it. I've got the Pat's rubber leg on the TFO 6 weight, and we're going to give it a shot here. Some new rules this time. You got to have barbless hooks, so good thing we always bring our pliers to mash down the barbs. All right, so let's give it a shot. Movement over here to our right, so let's go give that a shot. Oh yeah, I can see some activity in the water already. A whole bunch on the other side. Looks like there's some clear areas too, so let's go give it a shot. You can see them? Right where you're at? I mean, I can see them coming up, hitting this one. I had a couple of hits so far. All right, we got the mega worm there, and we see it kind of just floating along, but don't see anybody going for it yet. Okay, we're trying a mop fly now, and so far it's been a slow go. I think the only thing we had was a rubber-legged near deer hit it. All right, I'm just going to move down a little bit to the Sycamore camp area. Just kind of have a look and see what's down that way. Just checking things out. So far, our fisher buddy's gotten like 2, lost 3. Those barbless hooks are pretty tough. And I'm just going to take a look over here and see anything lurking in the water. Okay, well, we found a little pocket we can kind of toss it into. And we'll just kind of, no indicator, we're just kind of watching our line for any strikes. All right, we got one. Having to do is find holes, pockets in all the vegetation, and then I'm able to get them. So, all right, this one hit a near deer. All right, cool beans. First fish of the day for yours truly. I got the action shot here, waiting for master fisherman here to bring that baby in. Are you seeing any fish in the water? All right, so today we ended up getting 5 total, so a limit technically, but it was actually 4 for our fishing buddy using power worms, and yours truly catching this one little guy that I got in this deal right here. Make a good breakfast. Anyhow, I got that one on a near deer.
So this round, yours truly caught the 1 trout, and our fishing buddy caught 4, and we had a breakfast of champions the next morning, Sunday. That said, did a little exploring and whatnot, and had a good time checking out things. Here's myself kind of checking things out, and oh, by the way, a lot of folks there. I saw some folks in there, look like some off-road vehicles. A little overlook, kind of looking over into the valley, and you can see the windmills as well as you can see into the valley itself. And that said, you could also see different campsites. They've been clearing the area, so it looks like they're opening up the area for more things to catch. And then, oh, by the way, here's the lower section. Didn't go up to the waterfall, but did get to take a look at the lower section here. Didn't see any fish, but of course they stocked everything up above the waterfall this year. Anyhow, here's yours truly going back out where we came, and we're gonna head back and call it a trip. Anyhow, it's a fun time. Until next time, we'll catch you later, and good luck and good fishing.
Okay, it's day before Thanksgiving over here at Turner Falls. They stocked it, so we're gonna go over here try the blue hole. We've never fished this section before. There's 3 sections they recommended: blue hole, by the waterfall, and then up above at the first loop. And we fished those places before, but never the blue hole. So let's see how it goes. I got a fly rod, and well, wish us luck. Okay, this is at the tail end of the blue hole. And most of the trout that we saw visually are up over there by where the water movement is. So we're going to concentrate in that area and see if we can hook up with some trout. Start out with a mop fly. It's barbless hooks only, so we went barbless. And I definitely see some nice sized ones in there. I'm going to try without having a indicator on, since the water is so clear. See if I can get something to come and hit. All right, got one on. First fish of the day. All right, let's go work our way down below. All right, definitely keep the first fish of the day. Nice size ones. 4 fish limit here, different than the statewide requirement. And I got my tag on here, and we're just gonna keep them over here where it's nice and chilly, and we'll have them for dinner later maybe. All right, got them over here in this pool, fairly deep, about maybe 6-7 feet. Oh, I see the two nice ones down there right now. All right, I'm gonna put an indicator and I'm gonna set it deep, about 5 foot below or above the fly, and kind of work this drift and let it sink as well, they definitely are deeper, and it got a clobbered back cast, but luckily this OPST is rocking. All right, I took the indicator off. I want it to go deep because apparently they're really down there, and I'm just going to use my line as a strike indicator. All right, we're using barbless hooks, so you can definitely get them off quickly and release them. Okay, I'm using an OPST Skagit head, and for this kind of fishing, I think this is perfect for Euro nymphing. So I got that Euro nymph shorty, so I'm gonna swap this out and put on the shorty. All right, I'm just gonna run the loop from the shooting line through the shorty, and then I'm gonna run the shorty through the loop on the shooting line and basically tie on that Euro nymph. So this is that Euro nymphing Rio shorty with a sight indicator and a fairly long leader that I'm hoping I can get down to where the money zone is, where these trout are lurking here in the blue hole at Turner Falls.
The Euro nymph ended up being a key reason we were able to hook up with some fish today. Being able to work the deeper part of the run and getting our lure where it needed to be, we were able to catch these guys.
All right, first one on a Euro nymph today. Still on the mop fly. All right, nice, pretty. Okay, we're gonna try a near deer, orange near deer. Had good success in the past with it, so let's see what it does. Yeah, you want them deeper. All right, that one. Let's see if we can get another one. Fun stuff.
So I'm working the area just by this swim platform, and the trout are there. I can see them visually, and I'm able to catch them, bring them in. In this case, didn't catch them all. This one ended up doing the hook on me, but luckily shortly after, I got this guy to come in and strike. And again, it's really close to these rocks.
All right, oh, a jumper, big time jumper. Woo! Oh yeah, oh yeah. Catch a trout here at Turner Falls, a blue hole. All right, here's the Euro shorty and Euro nymph shorty, and it has been really nice. Pretty much keep it in my fly vest, ready to go for those situations where it calls for Euro nymphing style, and this is perfect for it because they are really deep, and just using an indicator on my OPST Skagit head is just a little bit too much for it. And what's nice is I can keep it in the money zone a lot longer compared to having that indicator. So that's the real benefit this round, using the Rio Euro nymph shorty. Time the line, time the line. Nice. He's got some nice redness to him on the side. They do want movement, I'm noticing.
So overall, they definitely wanted that movement. So I would just kind of move my fly through the water, and just visually, I could see them come and hit it, as well as I was watching that sight indicator. They hit different flies, and in this case, I had a split shot on there to get that fly down where it belonged. And in this case, you can see really up close, you can see a lot of trout just kind of hanging out over here by my line. Good stuff.
All right, yours truly's limit right there. 4 trout at Turner Falls, Euro nymphing style.
Okay, let me get some light in here. It looks like that's all we got this round, and I hope this was helpful for y'all. And the main thing I wanted to give you guys a heads up on was they did stock Turner Falls. There are some new rules in effect compared to previous years. In some of those videos, this is weird. Okay, in some of those videos, specifically, it's a 3 fish daily limit statewide. However, at Turner Falls, at least last year, it was actually 4 fish that you can take as long as you have your permit for the day. If you get stopped by the game warden, all you gotta do is just show them that you fished at Turner Falls with that receipt. Other than that, usually what I've noticed is when they do fish, or correction, when they do stock Turner Falls, you have a larger size stocker trout than what you normally get in the statewide trout stockings, except when you are fishing the blue during those derbies. When they stock for the derbies, they'll add these bruiser size, like really nice size trout there. But all right, other than that, I just wanted to get the word out on Turner Falls. They stocked it Friday. We got a lot of rain, I believe, here in the next few days. So knock on wood that the fish are still there, and you have an opportunity to catch a fish or two at Turner Falls Park near Davis, Oklahoma this season. All right, next time we'll catch y'all later. Good luck and good fishing.